baby. Raising hell today, okay?
Bring the juice today, brother. Let's get it.
Come on, you gonna be standing right next to me, man?
Let's go.
That's what we do now. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's do a thing now. Take off, kid. Take off, kid.
Run.
Far side of the 10. Step on to the 5. 10 for the end zone.
What a play. What a play.
What's up, Internet? Welcome to us failing.
Derrick Henry was on my team, so I'm going to go Texans, I guess.
Yeah, he's on Tennessee, though.
Oh.
You try. You went for it. I appreciate it. This is Up the Gut. Live.
100%. Hello, welcome to yet another episode of Up the Gut. I, of course, am your host, Matthew F. Ahlers. And with me, as always, is Bills Mafia Don Patrick Kimmel, a.k.a. El Pollo Loco, who is buffering. And hiding in the darkness.
What?
Like a ninja, ready to strike. Ah! There he is.
I don't know what's happening right now.
You look mired.
What?
Actually, you look pretty tired. But I know it was a long day for you on your day-to-day job.
Can you see and hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I was confused. You said I was buffering. I can see you. I can hear you.
You were at first.
Okay. Here's the deal. They did it, Ahlers. They finally did it.
Who finally did what?
The offseason, finally, we exhausted what it is. We have nothing left.
We still got some stuff to talk about today.
How can we rate anything? There's nothing left to rate. I don't know what to do.
Look, we only got to hold out for a little while longer. It's like 2 months until the season. Well, hold on. June. Like just over 2 months until the season starts. And
That's too long.
And then technically,
I'm going
we do have 3 weeks of preseason games. Granted, no one cares about them because it's mostly backups playing that you'll never see during the regular season unless it's an emergency. But they are still games.
Yeah, no, that's true. So what do you think? Is Lil Nas X the Tupac Shakur of this generation?
I don't know. Granted, when Tupac was a thing, social media wasn't. But I don't think Tupac ever made as many people angry as Lil Nas X did.
It's probably true. He was just all about them changes.
Yeah.
In California.
And he always wondered, is there a heaven for a gangster? And, well, he's dead and he won't come back to tell us.
That's a shame.
It's a big shame.
We may never know. Oh, Ahlers. So anyway.
Because I'm not a gangster.
I'm not either. As much as I want to be. So anyway, like I said, for the first time we have nothing to rate.
Nothing. Well, that's not the first. There have been a few weeks where we didn't rate something. Yeah,
but we replaced it with something quality, like our too early preseason or too early Super Bowl predictions, or
that's true. We did that.
Drinking bourbon, and I'm too tired to drink bourbon.
That's true. I never thought I'd hear you say that. Like I said,
I just didn't want to set up. I didn't want to set up the pub.
Oh, you didn't have anyone to help set up for you?
No, I've got to do dishes and set up cameras, move computers. This is the pub computer right here. It's not on the pub.
It is not.
Anyway, let's get the energy going. Let's get going. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Well, if you need energy, you should I hope you got a cup of Ma over there for you.
I never go to bed. Ma's too effective.
You go to bed eventually. It doesn't. Well, I guess if you're
like
brand
in 3 days.
If you're brand new to it, it might hit you a little hard. But
it's me. I had my Ma this morning on the way to work. I have it every morning now. It peps me up. But if I was to take a Ma right now, even if I did a half scoop, it would be 2, 3, 4 a.m. before I went to sleep. And I don't work nights like you. I can't do that.
Oh dang.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the official quarterback of Up the Gut.
That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. It's okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man.
Mr. Fitzmagic hopping in early to remind everyone that he is the official quarterback of Up the Gut.
I just realized that if I keep doing it at the same time every time in the show, it's not really interrupting the broadcast. It's just being a part of the broadcast. So he came in early today. Hashtag Fitz Pro Bowl.
That's right, Fitz Pro Bowl. That man deserves to go to 1.
He deserves a lot more than that, but darn it, you guys have been dropping the ball. And now it's time to do what's right.
That's right. You see all the things about voting for president? Bump that. Vote on the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, vote for Fitzmagic to the Pro Bowl. It'll be the best thing ever. You think that beard's going to do amazing in Hawaii? Yes, because that beard does amazing things everywhere it goes.
That's right. All right, but I think it might be about time to break into some not-so-breaking off-season news.
Not so breaking off-season news.
Yeah.
Where are we starting with this not so breaking off-season news? Let's make it breaking news.
I'm trying to remember which one's the most breaking thing that happened.
I
don't remember which happened first, the NCAA ruling or Carl Nassib?
I think it went NCAA ruling, Frank Clark, Carl Nassib.
Okay, so
I think he might be the most breaking. Can I do it? Should I do it? Do you want me to do it?
Do it.
Breaking news. Carl Nassib of the Oakland Raiders is gay. What?
I mean,
come on. How many times is this going to be breaking? It's not breaking news. You know, I don't pay attention to the Raiders. I know nothing about him. He doesn't seem to have a storied career yet. But
no, he's a very young player.
Anybody that probably is around him probably already knew he was gay. I'm just saying. Most of the time, it's not a surprise. You don't hide that stuff.
But almost as soon as he made that announcement, he did have the highest selling jersey.
Oh, good for him.
Jersey sales.
No, I do have a problem with it, though.
Uh-oh. With the jersey sales?
No.
Uh-oh.
With the response. Oh, no. Did I disappear or am I still there?
No, you're still here. Just whatever you were looking at that was giving you light, it just went out.
No, my monitors all just shut off, so I can't see anything.
Oh, dear. All right, but what was wrong with the response, though?
So what was wrong with the response is everybody seemed like they got the press release. The NFL, the other teams, the sports writers, ESPN, they all got the same thing. Congratulations on being so brave, Carl. Hopefully, and this won't be breaking news in the future, and it'll just be commonplace. I thought it already was. We've had multiple active gay players in the NFL. It's not a big deal to be gay anymore. So I don't understand why they think it is such a big deal. And of course, it does bother me that everybody's comment was almost exactly the same. Like, ooh, we have to say this.
I thought he was the first active player to come out.
I mean, he as a player, but remember Michael Sam? He was drafted gay.
Yeah,
he just sucked at football.
Honestly, he didn't. He had a solid offseason. He did everything they asked him to do. And that made me sad.
He was a 7th round pick. He didn't produce. It wasn't because he was gay.
He produced as much as a 7th round pick should.
And most 7th round picks get cut.
He had a solid offseason. He had some solid preseason games. I thought he deserved a roster spot.
Well, I didn't. I thought he was average for a 7th round pick, but he wasn't anything special. I'm gonna fix this so I can see you because I can't even see you right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
Hey man, work your magic.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that logo. The Taste Bud guys. They're friends of ours. Go subscribe to their channel as well. They drink alcohol and have good information about alcohol. And if you like alcohol, which you do because you're American, go check it out. But anyway, as far as the gay player, that's neat that he can come out, and it doesn't bother me that he is. I just hope he's ready to play football this year because that's all he's got to do now. But it makes me sad for Michael Sam because I thought Michael Sam deserved a roster spot. But mostly I was just rooting for him because he came out of the University of Missouri. And I like to see people from Missouri succeed because they're not rare, but they are much fewer and farther between to make it from the University of Missouri to the NFL, as they're not as commonplace as your Alabama and LSU and Ohio State players.
Who had alcohol?
Well, those taste bud guys.
Yeah, I feel like we're having those taste bud guy problems. Is that what you're saying?
No, because when you went to your black screen, their logo popped up.
Oh, nice.
So I was giving them a plug.
Oh, that's good. No, they have good stuff. They're coming out with I think they do like 2 or 3 videos a week. It's insane. I'm waiting for the live stuff to come back though. That's what I liked. But yeah, I don't think the gay thing is a big deal like a lot of people do. But I don't know. I just feel like that's your choice. Cool. If that's what makes you happy, be happy. But it's really not a big deal to me.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
It doesn't affect me. I mean, unless he really likes bald, overweight men in Missouri, then what's up?
Trying to get you a sugar daddy? Is that what you're doing?
Hi, Robert. Well, he's still playing in the NFL. I mean, he's a starter, isn't he?
I don't know, because honestly, this is the first I've heard of him.
And that's the point. Like, that's why I believed him when he said, I'm usually a private guy, but I felt like this needed to come out. So I believe him because I'd never heard his name before. I thought it might have been that quarterback out of that was drafted to New York or whatever, Ryan Nassib. It wasn't, which he might be too. You never know. Why do you hate Missouri so much?
I don't. I want players from Missouri that go to the NFL to succeed, but it's just,
yes, we do.
It's rare. That's the main reason I was rooting for Michael Sam, not because he was gay and I wanted that to happen. That was just whatever. I just wanted to succeed because he was from the University of Missouri, and I want somebody to be a superstar and come out of that school.
The only thing I didn't like about Michael Sam is probably the same thing that's going to happen here. They overblow the whole gay thing, and this is still football. And, so he still has to produce. And Michael Sam, I didn't think did. I think he was every bit of where he was drafted. I think that could he have, made a roster somewhere? Maybe, but he didn't. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing now, but ultimately, I mean, he was a low-round draft pick. It was a long shot for him to make the team anyway. I mean, I think Carl's already a starter. I don't think this is going to affect his career at all unless he lets it become a distraction because he went from being not public to being extremely public. He's going to be talked about for a long time now. So yeah, he's
definitely got the spotlight shining on him now.
Yeah, so that is one thing he's got to, it's awesome he's doing that. And he's working with, the Trevor Project, which is, helping prevent suicide amongst the LGBTQIPICTF plus minus. So it is what it is. I just wish it was more genuine. It seemed like it was all planned out as a media tour. Like, hey, everybody, we all have to say how brave he is. And then we have to say, we hope it becomes a normal thing. I mean, I personally don't agree with that lifestyle, and I don't think it's going to be normal. It's still a very low percentage of the population, so therefore it's going to be a low percentage of the NFL. But I think that right now it's not that big of a deal. So I think we're already where you guys are talking about getting to. Great for him. You live your life. You do what you do. Don't worry about me.
Be ready to play on Sunday. Coach Gruden's going to have it in for you if you don't succeed.
I'm sorry. I just come up with the worst joke ever.
Is it something about Gruden grinding?
No. It's like you better, Gruden's going to want you working. He's going to be riding your ass.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's funny, though. Okay, what else we got? If you guys don't feel like we covered that enough, we can actually mix in a little Nas X for you. Maybe instead of Satan getting a lap dance from him, it could be Carl. I mean, we could work this whole thing in if that's what you guys want. Otherwise, we'll move on to other not so breaking off-season news.
I mean, I think we can move on. I think we covered as much as we can.
About as much as the media should. Congratulations on living life the way you want to live.
That being said, Carl Nassib, if you ever want to come on the show and hang out with us, we're more than happy to have you.
Oh, yeah.
Come be a guest. Be our guest.
100%.
Put our gratitude to the test. Cover that song.
Yes.
Anyway, other offseason news. Vikings rookie. Oh, I forgot his name. It was a very odd name. Hold on. Jalen Twyman. That's it. Jalen Twyman shot 4 times in D.C. while visiting his aunt, but he's okay. He's supposed to make a full recovery. He should be released from the hospital this week.
As okay as you can be getting shot 4 times, but that's rough. You don't ever want to see that happening, but it is
absolutely not. That sounds terrible.
And it doesn't sound like it's like he was mixed up in a shady bar and he was visiting his aunt. And if that's the case, that's very unfortunate. So up the gut here,
but thankfully no serious injuries. Like you know the old movie saying it's just a flesh wound. It was literally just 4 flesh wounds. Nothing broken. No major organs or arteries punctured or anything. No surgeries needed.
Well, he didn't get shot as many times as 50 Cent did, so.
But he should make full recovery. True, and they weren't all in the chest. But he should be A-okay. He should play this year. He should be fine, thankfully.
So we'll keep following the Minnesota rookie with the funky names career. Jalen Twytle. Is that it? Twytle?
Twyman. T-W-Y-M-E. Twyman.
But is Jamin? Or Jalen? Jalen Twyman.
Jalen Twyman.
I think we hit a little bit of we have a little bit of a lag between us, I think.
Well, not only on your end, because I'm getting you almost as soon as you start talking.
That's weird. Anyway, and then also in other rookie news, Zaven Collins of Arizona was arrested for reckless driving.
Uh-oh.
That is unfortunate.
Was he speeding through a school zone?
I don't know. What is reckless driving in Arizona? You have like desert and stop signs? Like, I don't know.
No, because you've got your populated areas.
No, Arizona doesn't have populated areas. I've been following JJ Watt's Twitter. It's just golf courses. That's all there is in Arizona.
That's just where he hangs out.
They're blow-up stadium and golf courses.
They're blow-up stadium.
What else do we got?
We have the Supreme Court's unanimous ruling to let NCAA players get paid for their fame, as they put it.
You know what? How do you feel about that, Ehlers?
I feel you should get paid for your fame.
Well,
I feel like if your likeness gets used for things, or if you are a student athlete who makes videos and stuff online and you can make money that way, I say go for it. If they're trying to get these college students paid to play the sport, I don't agree with that. Because they're not paid. Because they're not
why.
Okay, here's why college players shouldn't get paid just to play their game, because they're still student athletes. All this is a college extracurricular that could lead to a very promising and very lucrative career that very few people get to do. But you're still a student athlete, same as in high school. If we start paying college players just to play football, at what point do we start paying high school players to play football? It's the same thing, just on a different level. And everyone's like, oh, well, the colleges make a bunch of money because the TV stuff and blah, blah, and the coaches get paid a bunch. Yes, because that's the coach's job. The coach doesn't go to school, go to class, live in the dorms, and then coach.
But he also didn't get the scholarship to go to the college. Most of these colleges aren't cheap themselves, so these full rides the players are getting is a bit of money themselves. So,
right. That's what I'm saying. Again, they're not professionals yet. They shouldn't get paid just to play the sport. They should get paid for anything outside of football that they're doing to make money.
I think that if they're putting them on jerseys,
jerseys.
I think that
game
if they're in
covers,
video games,
any kind of advertisement, they should get paid for that. Absolutely.
because that's not the game of football. That is beyond the game of football.
Yes.
But now,
if at some point they're trying to fight to get these kids salaries just for playing, then no, that's ridiculous. Because again, if we're going to do it in college, at what point do we do it for the high school kids that are playing these sports, doing the same thing just at a smaller level?
so what do you think though if they're allowed to get paid for certain aspects of the game? Say it's still they're living off the scholarship, but they get paid for the other stuff. Can they have an agent?
I think they should.
Because they're not allowed to have agents now, are they?
I didn't see anything about agents, but I think the agent thing is on them because it's up to them to pay the agent. It's up to the athletes themselves to pay the agent. So if you can afford it, I don't see why not.
Well, I just felt like they weren't allowed to have them because of, college reasons, but I could be wrong. Now, can you see the chat?
Let me take a look because I'm on a different screen.
I don't know if you want to touch on this one or not.
I'll touch on anything.
Okay. It's not football related, but it did pop up in the chat.
Oh. Did you already pop it up for everyone else to see?
Nope. Here you go.
How do you feel about the transsexual female competing in the Olympics for BMX and vowing to burn the American flag on the medal podium if he or she wins? Wait. So the BMX rider, if she wins, she's going to burn the flag.
I think it's it or they, them, Ailers. Come on. Yes. So actually the problem with this I have isn't probably where you think I'm going with it. How the hell is BMX an Olympic sport?
I mean, have you rode a bike?
I have.
Since
but
you were
isn't
a
that
kid?
the X Games? Isn't that what BMXing is for? Not Olympics.
I don't know. It's still a sport. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's not an Olympic. I mean, could you imagine the Greeks and Romans back in the day BMXing it?
If they had bikes, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, that's also beyond stupid if you're representing a country to burn the country's flag. If you don't like the country, go represent another country. Only problem is none of them will let them be transsexual in their country. So,
yeah, why would you burn the flag if they let you compete and you win? That means you've won.
Yeah. So, but we can go for hours on the whole transsexuals and males and female sports, but there's no need. I just say take BMX out of the Olympics.
No, I think we should get more sports in the Olympics. The more sports, the better.
What about beer drinking? Can we put beer drinking in there?
That's not an actual sport. Even
what
that's
about
not
bourbon smelling?
Even that's not an ESPN.
Can you do it?
Could I smell bourbon? Sure.
What if we just put curling in the Summer Olympics?
Well, then what are we going to do for the Winter Olympics? That's a winter sport.
Even more curling and skeleton?
Well, no, those are winter sports. That's why they're played on the ice. So That's why we don't really have summer hockey except for the Stanley Cup, which is going to be over in a month.
Chat, feel free to keep coming with the questions. Sorry, we're still in not so breaking off-season news. What else we got?
Let's see. Twyla got shot. Nassib came out. NCAA letting athletes get paid for their fame.
Zayvon Collins getting arrested.
Zayvon Collins getting arrested. I think that's all the big stuff. They did interview Chet. Oh my God, I forgot his first name. She's tied in. It's Travis Kelce, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah. And he said that his the record-setting 2020 season was a failure, which is true because they went into that Super Bowl and looked very, very, very tame. But
speaking of the Chiefs, we may have forgot one of the bigger ones.
That's right. Mr. Frank Clark getting arrested because he had a Uzi in his vehicle, which he said belonged to his bodyguard.
Yes. And it was his bodyguard's. Because there's no way he would be running around with an Uzi. Why would anybody run around with an Uzi in California?
Guard somebody, apparently.
That's like running around with the. No, I won't. I'm not going to say that, but I had something that would have been equivalent. It's not very intelligent. You know, everybody knows how California feels about guns.
Yeah. I mean, I think most states you can't just have a Uzi and they go, oh,
Yeah, I don't. I mean, as long as it's not full auto, you have to have special permits to be able to do a full auto. But if it's just a,
is
9mm,
a burst shot Uzi? A semi-auto Uzi? If you can't shoot a full auto, what's the point of having one?
no, I agree, 100%. Like we can go on some Second Amendment rights.
It ain't even just
So-
that. It's an Uzi.
Race walking and table tennis? Is slow racing an Olympic event now?
I
What
don't
about
know.
drinking mimosas on a Friday and being so bad? Is
But
that?
table tennis is an Olympic sport? Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that has been for a while because I watched Forrest Gump too. But what's race walking?
They love their ping pong.
I'm
Like
so
speed walking.
confused. All right,
It's racing for people who can't actually run.
This is why I don't watch the Olympics.
You've seen a speed
I watched
walker
the Winter
before.
Olympics figure skating. Yeah, in my neighborhood, not at the Olympics.
I mean, if you're the world's best at power walking, you should fight to get it in the Olympics.
I rock at some power walking. I get the arms going. I got the sweatband on, tracksuit.
Yeah, it just makes me sad that we got all these things in the Olympics. We could never get football in there.
That's because every other country would suck. We got all of them. All right.
Every other country sucks at basketball. We put that in there.
That's not true. There's some.
It
other
was true
countries
for
that
a
play
long
basketball.
time. They're just now finally starting to get caught up.
Well, I don't know. Put it in there. I'm okay with it.
But what is Patrick drinking?
Old fashioned. Old Forester 1920.
Ooh,
That's what Patrick's drinking.
nice.
Anyway, so Frank Clark, this one could be a huge deal because this is felony, felony in California, I believe. He could legit be off the team, and that he's one of the best defensive players for the Chiefs.
Yes. Granted, nothing official has been made yet. The Chiefs are aware of the situation, but nothing's been said as to whether or not he's going to be suspended or anything for the personal conduct policy. They're still looking into that.
Yep, and like I said, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
I hope it's his bodyguards. I mean, for that, and I think the bodyguard needs to maybe rethink his possession if he needs an Uzi to be a bodyguard.
I think he just needs to rethink of his.
Why does Frank Clark need a
safety.
bodyguard?
Why, if you're a bodyguard, why would you leave your gun in your client's car?
That's a good point. And his duffel bag sticking out so the cops could see it.
Race walking, a long distance discipline in the sport of athletics. Different from running in that one foot must appear to be in contact with the ground at all times. So yeah, it's just speed walking.
It seems different.
It
Maybe we need to do some Olympic coverage here on Up the Gut.
And I'll tell you this, because when I was in the Army, I had a brief time where I was injured and couldn't actually run, so I had to go work out with the speed walkers. It hurts. If you ain't got the proper leg muscles, it hurts.
Can we get roof walking into the Olympics? I'd be pretty good at that.
You can probably get parkour in the Olympics. It's like
Parkour.
Parkour, yeah.
Do we want to touch on the Cole Beasley thing?
What happened? With him refusing to get vaccinated?
Yeah,
touched on
he
it.
made a choice. It's really we'll just touch on this briefly. At this point, no one really has the official what's best for everybody with the vaccine.
Yeah.
If you want to get it, get it. That's your life. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. But stop pretending. Every stadium's opened up vaxxed or unvaccinated. You can't push the mask law at this point, so everybody's just going to be fine. So just respect people's decisions. Just shut up. So I'm getting tired of everybody. This is like everybody thinks they're a freaking expert, a flippin' expert. They're not. You get the news from the sources you want. You don't know what's right, what's wrong. Anyway, so Cole Beasley, is willing to play for free, which he's not saying, hey, I'm just not going to take money. He's saying, I will get fined my entire year's paycheck if it means I can play football.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. Not everybody was vaccinated last year, and we played a full season.
Yep.
I think he'll be fine.
I think he will too.
Yeah.
And at least 50% of Up the Gut backs Cole Beasley.
Yeah, I like Cole Beasley. I never had a problem with him.
I want to know why he's missing a tooth, though.
He probably said something to the wrong person. Either that or he's got a huge sweet tooth.
That could be true. And so, Cole Beasley, feel free to come on the show, and I would like to know where that tooth went.
If you still have the tooth, bring it with you.
I'm thinking that maybe he's trying to, save some money in case he gets fined, and so he just hasn't got his tooth fixed.
By now, there's no point. I don't know if they can put it back. He'd have to get a fake one put in there.
Yeah, but that's fine. But I mean, it's not like it's a hidden tooth in the back. It's like right up front. It's rough. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe he's playing hockey.
Maybe it's an intimidation tactic.
I don't know if Cole Beasley losing teeth would be intimidating.
I don't know if I was looking across from him and he just like tilted his head down in his helmet and smiled. And there's no tooth right there. Like, what the hell? And zoom, he's gone.
Nah, I'd just be like, bro, you need to brush more. You're a professional.
I'm sure it had to have gotten knocked out. He was probably rapping too fast and it just flew out of his mouth.
Wait, what? Is Cole Beasley a rapper? Is that some?
Cole Beasley's a rapper. How did you not know that?
I don't listen to a lot of rap.
Neither do I. But I listen to Cole Beasley rap.
Is he better than Shaq?
I'd assume so.
I don't know. Shaq has a platinum rap album.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're all learning something new today.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know it was platinum. I'm sure I knew they come out with one.
Yeah. His Shaq Diesel album from back in the 90s? Yeah, it went platinum.
Come on, guys. You can do better than that. I'm going to go back and listen to the entire album.
You're going to listen to the entire Shaq Diesel album?
Mm-hmm.
You should.
I don't think it's going to be that good.
It is again, you have to keep in mind, this is a 90s rap album.
I like 90s rap.
Okay, just keep that in mind. But yes, Shaq Diesel is a cult.
I'm making excuses for Shaq. Let him stand on his own 2 feet.
Oh, like again, I think it's going to surprise you. I believe that's
Not so breaking off-season news.
yeah.
And that's the show. Bye.
Oh, I mean, for the most part, but I was a little worried we were going to forget that.
I would never forget that. Listen, I'm just staring at all the videos. I'm like, what am I going to play next? What am I going to play next?
Now, before someone thinks we forgot about Rogers Watch and our not so breaking off-season news, we didn't, because nothing has happened.
That's not true.
We're still in the same place.
No.
You don't think so?
There has been new news that have come out on Rogers Watch. How have you not kept up?
All I saw was that he renewed his membership at the Green Bay Country Club.
Somebody, it was one of the, I think like an old Jaguars. Anyway, they're like, listen, that's just a renewing membership with a card on file. And that was the best explanation I heard, and it was a football player, a wide receiver from somebody else. So, no, the most recent news I heard is Green Bay said they will absolutely not trade Aaron Rodgers to the 49ers.
Wait, no, that's not new. They've been saying that since this whole thing started. They're not trading him.
It just came out. They just said it again.
But
when they focus on the 49ers, does that mean the Broncos are still on the table?
No, they're not going to trade him anywhere. He's either going to play, sit, or retire.
Darn right. What else? Can I play something else? Can I play something else?
10.
Why? Why the 10?
I don't know.
We're not rating
I
anything.
just don't know.
You're going crazy over there.
I needed it. I needed that.
You need that 10?
Mm-hmm. We already did that. There's nothing left.
But it's been kind of a quiet week. We have stretched the off season pretty well, I think.
Well, give them the spiel about archive footage and the.
Your heart's not in this.
No, I want to do more, but it's just, guys, we have a week until the next show. We'll be here. We're here every week. Like I did an incredible amount of work today, but I still made it here.
Hey.
I got all this worked out yesterday in case I couldn't be here, so I could do this on the road. We will be here next week.
Yeah, look at him, people. Look how pink that forehead is. That's from the sun.
I've seen the sun finally.
That's how long he was out in the sun today, walking on people's roofs and telling them whether he can or can't pay them for the damages that may or may not have been done on purpose.
Whatever he said, but
did I get that pretty close to what you do?
I mean, close. Not really on purpose, though. It's may or may not have been caused by certain situations that would be covered by certain deals they made with certain people on certain things. Things happen. But
you don't think anyone's ever just gone on the roof with a ball peen hammer and tried to simulate hail damage?
Oh, I'm sure they've tried.
And it's up to you to go out there.
Not everybody knows what it looks like.
Yeah, it's up to you to get there and go, hey, I know this wasn't hail. I know this was a hammer.
Yeah, but most people in general aren't going to do that.
I mean,
most people.
That's a lot of work to get to the roof just to bang a couple dents into it.
Yeah, poorly. Anyway, so we will be here. So will you guys, what are we going to do? What are we going to rate? What are we going to, do you guys want us to do something else? I mean, we just did our two early predictions.
We could do. We could have them leave some comments, and then we could read those, and then go from there.
If you're watching this archived, give Matt something to read, but even better, give us our next week's show, because we're cool. We're inching closer to the Hall of Fame game.
Yes.
We're going to do more, off-season stuff. There's going to be more football going on. They're going to actually start practicing, so there'll be more stuff to talk about.
Training camp starts in a month.
So give us something. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not telling you. You don't have to listen to me. But if you're watching now, you're watching archived, put something in the comments to discuss. Or if you get it in soon enough, give us something to rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us some ideas. Like, listen, we're pumping out ideas, but
speaking of live chat,
do we want to go there?
Isn't soccer the original real football? Should American football change its name to something else? No, because in the rest of the world, it's already called American football.
So,
because we have a sport called football in America, we call it soccer. We're the only country, I believe, that calls it soccer. So we're okay.
We're America. We do what we want. The rest of the world can just suffer. Because who really cares about soccer?
The rest of the world, especially Europe, they love soccer over there.
The only reason they won't accept American football is because none of the other countries can do it well.
Yeah, not as well as us yet. Maybe it'll be like basketball, where like 30 years from now they'll have some like actual worldwide competition.
Problem is they've tried, European football.
Well, that was just the NFL in Europe.
Yeah, they tried. There isn't enough to.
Those are mostly American players.
Yeah. But that's how you get homegrown talent. You give them the product. You get them locally excited about it. Kids grow up and go into it. But they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So there's just not enough, Plus, like most Europeans only grow to be about 5'2" on average. So they can't last in this football league.
Well, unless you're 5'2" and just full of muscles.
That's from a song, isn't it?
No,
yeah, I come from a land down under.
Yeah, that was 6'4" and full of muscles.
That's close enough.
we had short players that made it in the NFL.
Yeah, but short players in the NFL are 6'8".
No, Ray Rice was.
He was 7'2".
Ray Rice was not 7'2". Ray Rice was, I believe, 5'6" or something. I'm gonna do some crack research because in that elevator video where he one shot KO'd his lady friend, he's taller than him. It's not because of the shoes.
She had heels on, Aylers. That's not something to go by.
She wouldn't wear no 18-inch heels.
Oh my gosh, Aylers, that's so rough.
She did, and look, I'm gonna say it. I've seen the video about 6 times. She is bullying him.
Man, you're taking some stances. Ray Rice, come set the record straight. If soccer was popular in the U.S. instead of football, there'd be less CTE and traumatic brain injuries associated with sports. In football, they wear protective equipment. Soccer, they don't. Have you seen? I've watched people damn near die when they played soccer from just getting tripped because they don't have that equipment on. Not even getting tripped, just almost getting tripped will cause these people to almost die in writhe in agony.
Yeah, but our valedictorian when I was in high school, she was the goalie for the girls' soccer team, and she got so many concussions she had to play soccer with a helmet. She had to play soccer goalie with a helmet to make sure she didn't get any permanent brain damage because that's how many concussions she got being a goalie in girls' soccer.
We don't need to look at statistics, bro. We don't have to think about
it.
Dude,
Ray Rice was 5'8".
Yeah, that was a little short, but he is also 5'8" wide.
Yeah, no, he was absolutely stacked. But he's a short guy. Same with hold on, no.
Oh, there's someone we haven't seen in a while.
Steve Smith Sr. wasn't tall either.
We got a Titans fan in the chat. Welcome, Tormented Gaming, Tennessee Titans fan.
Oh yeah, that's another name we haven't seen in a hot minute. Yeah, Steve Smith, the receiver for the Ravens and Panthers, he was 5'9", and a superstar receiver.
That's not 5'2" though, and full of muscles.
It's not 6'6" either.
No, most receivers hover. I mean, most cornerbacks hover like around the 5'10", 5'11", 6'1".
Yeah, but it's rare to have a receiver under 6 foot.
Cole Beasley, how tall is Cole Beasley?
Yeah, how many Cole Beasleys are there in the NFL?
Cole Beasley, Edelman, Welker.
Edelman doesn't
basically every Patriots receiver that's white.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey's dad.
Ed McCaffrey?
He was shorter, wasn't he? Christian McCaffrey's shorter. Why am I arguing for you now? Son of a
Christian
gun.
McCaffrey's 5'11".
Yeah.
That's a 6 foot boy.
He's not 5'11" is not 6 foot.
It's an inch.
So you're saying an inch doesn't matter?
Ed McCaffrey was 6'5".
Was he really?
Yes.
I don't remember. I thought he was shorter and speedier. Is there another McCaffrey I'm thinking of?
No. Ed McCaffrey was a tall boy. Ed McCaffrey.
He was Broncos, right?
Yes.
I didn't think he was that tall. Well, that was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
I was a child or childish or fairly child or drunk, one of the two.
No, he definitely played when we were younger. Let me see real quick. When was Ed McCaffrey drafted? This was 1991 is when he got drafted. We were 8.
I was a child.
Yeah.
I was a child. Did you guys all hear that Aylers missed my birthday?
But I didn't miss Father's Day.
No, he didn't miss Father's Day.
And I forgot, actually, that your birthday was the very next day.
Well, sometimes this is the very same day.
Yeah.
It changes.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Not
happens.
my birthday, Father's Day.
That's what happens when your birthday is so close to a hovering holiday.
Mm-hmm.
There are some years where my brother's birthday will fall on Easter.
Does he also rise from the dead?
I doubt it. I don't think he's died yet.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. All right. Find us on the socials. Email us.
Do you have a Flippin Flip that guy? You got something to be negative about?
I could come up with one.
Can you?
I can.
Flippin', dadgummit!
Who are you mad at?
The Bills Mafia group on Facebook.
Why are you mad at your people?
I don't think it's my people. I think it's someone that just kind of took the Bills Mafia, started a Facebook group. People went to it. They won't let me post on there about Up the Gut.
Why?
I tried to say, hey, Bills Mafia, look at you on the Facebooks and look at us. We talk about Bills Mafia. I wear Bill stuff every week, except once.
Do they not know that you're Bills Mafia Don?
I guess they don't, because you know what I did? I wrote them and I said, you guys are a sad excuse for a Bills Mafia, and they are. All they talk about is their puppies and Bill stuff. Come on now.
Well, I mean, they talk about Bill stuff.
Puppies and Bill stuff.
Oh,
So
just
I
like
said,
Bill's memorabilia.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. But it's just like you have somebody that has been core Bills Mafia from the beginning. And you say, oh, no, you can't post about your show. We're not going to support you. And I said, you know what, Bills Mafia on Facebook, you guys don't get to know about this because I'm not going to post it there anymore anyway. I don't even know if I'm going to stay a part of your group because I have the actual Bills Mafia. And they're good people.
So yeah, you're Bills Mafia Don. You can, if gangster movies have taught me anything, you can have them murdered.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know. Every mafia movie and video game I played, the Don has that power. He's the guy.
I think in this one, it's just, we can switch out their blue cheese for ranch. And they'll never be
Why
the
would
same.
you do something good for them? Because blue cheese is gross.
I've never really been a blue cheese guy, but I need to try it. But I hear Buffalo blue cheese hits different. So when I go to Buffalo, usually I'm just a straight up wing guy.
When we go to Buffalo,
we're going to try it for real. And we're going to hit up the tourist wing places. We're going to hit up the actual wing places that the actual Bills Mafia will tell me about.
I want to go to the
actual
bar.
Bills Mafia that lets me post shit, that doesn't try to censor me.
I want to go to whichever bar in Buffalo it was where they invented Buffalo wings. I want to go there.
I think they become a tourist area, but that's fine. I'm a tourist.
Do you know which sauce was used on the original set of Buffalo wings?
Yeah, buffalo sauce. That's why it's called
Frank's Red
buffalo
Hot.
sauce.
Frank's
That's
Red Hot
buffalo sauce.
was Frank's Red Hot is not buffalo sauce.
It is now. Was it really Frank's Red Hot?
It was. I just learned that today.
I do enjoy Frank's Red Hot on my wings. It's part of my repertoire when I do wings at home. Frank's Red Hot.
I like Cholula. Cholula is delicious.
Oh my gosh, hold on.
But
where's the chat?
I don't know.
Is this true?
McCaffrey, the computer security mogul, was murdered by the U.S. government in a Spanish jail. What did he know? I think it's... Oh, that's McAfee.
Stuff popping up on Twitter where it was all the posts of how he said, I would not kill myself. I did not kill myself. I would never kill myself. So if he comes out and it was a suicide, somebody killed him. And then Joel says, Titan, yes, I know you're a Ravens fan. And I hope you went back and watched last week's episode when I set the Lamar Jackson record straight.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we need to play again sometime.
Yes, Tormented Gaming, we do need to play again sometime. You should play Ailers, though, because I have no chance. I just get really drunk and lose bad. Horribly. Embarrassing.
No, your matches with Tormented Gaming are usually some classic stuff. Go down right to the wire.
Yeah, because we both throw lots of interceptions. Because he's Lamar, and because I don't know who I am. Anyway, so Bills Mafia on Facebook group. Either be the Mafia, don't be. But
Flippin' dadgummit!
Maybe you just need to send them a video of you jumping through a table, and all will be forgiven.
I was jumping through tables before the Mafia was jumping through tables. That's and it is on video. That's old school stuff. I'm an old man now. I don't need to be jumping through tables, especially lit on fire with lighter fluid that sticks to your clothing.
If we go to Buffalo, you have to jump through a table.
I will. I mean, when we're tailgating, it'll be live on Up the Gut whenever we do our stadium tour. This just goes to show. I actually said the same thing to somebody, and I'll announce it here on Up the Gut. If anybody ever says I die of an apparent suicide, they are liars.
That's right. If Patrick dies of a suicide, honestly,
I love life way too much.
Honestly, I probably killed him.
That is a good chance because I kept interrupting him with videos.
Flippin' dadgummit!
I actually have a Flippin Flip that guy this week. I know.
Okay, tell me about it. Tell me.
Here's who it is. It's all the people when Carl Nassib came out that had the reaction of, oh, no, we get to hear this all season. No, you don't. You get to hear it for maybe the next month while nothing else happens. And then when the season starts, you get to hear about the season. That's it. You're not going to hear this. Isn't. Yeah, that's it. And
well, I assume it's true, but I also thought the Colin Kaepernick thing was kind of the same thing. But that's still happening like a decade later. So
that's because so many people blew that out of proportion and got the wrong message from it.
Yeah, I don't think that this one's going to last very long. I think, and if he's the private person he says he is, you've basically seen the extent of what he's going to say. So it's then on everybody else. But if he doesn't keep pushing it, and if he just kind of lets it happen, then that's all it's going to take. Yeah. You're not going to have to hear about it. Again, if that's him, I don't think it should be a big deal to come out and say it. I don't think he should have to, but if he felt the need to do it, he did it. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know if it's just intolerance or just how you want to label that. But it's just,
I don't think it's intolerance. I think it's just you get a lot of that stuff pushed in your face now, especially with like the trans athletes, the men who are pretending to be women in women's sports, and we're just getting all this stuff pushed in our face. I mean, they gave him a flipping month for such a small percentage of the population to get an entire month to celebrate. I mean, why don't we celebrate for an entire month that I love women, my wife, but let's celebrate that for an entire month. They won't do it. So I think it's more that they're just pushing this at us. They don't care if Carl Nassib is gay. They're not intolerant of homosexuals. They just get tired of everybody making a big deal out of homosexuality. It's not a big deal. I mean, at this point, we've heard enough about it. I watched Brokeback Mountain. I actually didn't, but I get the gist. Just saying.
That's the main thing I was laughing at. I was like, I know you didn't watch that movie.
100%. Whenever I heard what it was about, I had no interest. It could have been the best movie ever. I don't like the premise. I'm not going to watch it.
I didn't watch it, but if I've learned anything with South Park, it's about gay cowboys eating pudding.
That's basically all it is. So if you are intolerant and that's your reasoning, or if you just are whining, oh my gosh, I have to hear about something. You know what?
Flippin', dadgummit!
You can always shut off your TV and you can always stay off Twitter.
Yeah. It's so easy to avoid if you don't want to see it or hear it.
It's true.
But yeah, look at us. We did it. We stretched the show to an hour.
You poor people watching. I feel so bad for you.
Whatever. I think this is fun. We learned so many
I enjoy
things.
this show more than I should.
We learned so many things. Excuse me. We learned about sports we didn't know about in the Olympics. We covered all the off-season news. We learned that Ed McCaffrey was 6'5".
That is a big deal. Like, who would have thought that?
Well, anybody who lined up against him.
You know what we haven't talked enough about? Like, just to kind of end off, to round the show off.
But
we haven't talked about Booger McFarland predicting Kelvin Benjamin becoming a tight end.
Huh.
When he played for the Bills, Booger McFarland was doing his sideline, moving chair thing.
Yeah.
And he said, there goes Kelvin Benjamin. He's one Big Mac or whatever he said, one Whopper away from being a tight end. And here he is, a tight end. Booger, I love you.
I do miss the Booger McFarland sideline machine, though. I want to take a ride on it.
I just love Booger McFarland. He says it how it is. It's like the Charles Barkley of football.
Right. So I was going through the chat. Where did we put up the mall link? Our partner link?
The what? What? No, I didn't put the mall link up. I went and made drinks instead.
We didn't take care of business.
We didn't take care of business, and I apologize. So we'll say it. We are partnered with Maw. If you guys purchase Maw, it benefits the show. But we're not worried about benefiting the show. Listen, I will bankroll this thing to the end of my days. Yeah. But what I'm worried about is if you have the energy in the morning. Do you have what it takes to get up and attack the day? Are you grabbing your sodas? Are you grabbing your Red Bulls? Red Bulls that are breaking glass just by pouring it on it? You don't want the danger in your body. You want a nice powder that doesn't make you crash. You want the energy to last all day, not just some of it. So you need to get you some maw, and the flavors are delicious. It is my go-to every morning to get up and attack and get my fucking flipping pink forehead.
See that's how much it works for him. He's passionate about his maw. Which one did you get? You got the blue one, right? What is it?
Yep, I got the blue. I am once I run down, I'm getting towards the end of it. I'm just going to order the whole line. Maybe a couple of those sour added packets, And I'll do like I did with. Hold on, keep this running.
Uh-oh, we're going to the Bills. We're going to the Bills pub, you guys. Look at him go. Actually, he's probably bringing something from the Bills pub back here because we don't have anything set up in the pub.
I'll do like I did for Pacific Island soy sauce.
Ooh.
No matter how much, I give this to everybody. And you know what? Everybody says it's the best soy sauce they ever had. So, PacificIslandSauces.com. And then, Matt, do you have access to our partner link, right? Can you post that on Facebook later?
I can.
Or our Twitter. You can do it on the Twitter. So, at Up the Gut One on Twitter. He'll post our link. So if you guys want to get the maw, you get the free. First tub's free.
That's right.
I got the first tub.
An entire 60-serving tub for free. All you got to do is pay the shipping, which varies depending on wherever you live. But yeah, I
bought the cup too. The shaker cup.
Yeah, so. It helps not the shaker cup. I haven't tried mixing it by spoon. I reckon trying to mix it like it's some Nesquik might work, but it's so much easier with the shaker cup.
Shaker cup's easier, and then you got the little, different. Like you have a bear, I have the bug. There's something else. Maybe there should be.
What is yours? Like blue raspberry?
Yeah, the blue raspberry is like a bug.
Yeah. All the tubs have these cool little fierce-looking animal logos on it.
Yeah, the one thing I'll never do is try to push something that I don't like myself. Yeah. And the only reason that we partnered with Maw is because of Ayler's love for it. Because Ayler's has been using this, or Matt, or Archibald, whatever you want to call him. He loved it before we partnered. Then he got it on Taste Stuff, and I got the free tub of it. I tried it, and I thought, not only does this give me energy, it tastes delicious.
It's very good.
No crashes.
And here's the thing: the flavors aren't just—it's not just a hint. These flavors will hit you
full on.
You're going to taste it, and it's good. There's 4 flavors out in that. Well, no one takes it. There's 5 flavors, and they do have a deal on the website where you can get 4 flavors and a shaker cup for $100. Which is
that's what I'm going to do.
I mean, 4 tubs will last you, even if you use 4 servings a day, that should last you a good few months.
Yeah, 100%. I still only just do 1 spoon. That's all I do.
Wow.
I'm not. It hasn't hit to where that's not effective. And I have my Maw every morning. It's kind of nice. I have kids old enough. They do the dishes at the end of the day, so I just bring it in. Set my shaker cup next to the sink. I wake up. It's at the end of the counter, washed, ready for my Maw in the morning.
Nice.
All right. That was.
And now a word from our sponsors.
That's right. That's taking care of business.
I just seen if I could hit every video.
You can't play that one unless he's here. You can't play that one unless he's here.
I just want to get everybody's hopes up because everybody loves it more when Chad's here. I can't wait. What I'm looking forward to is when Chad's finally off the road and we can get him set up with a quality, not a phone, but a straight on camera, a microphone, and have him engaged.
Oh, I just can't wait for the random days where we get to all 3 of us film in the same building.
Oh, in the Up the Gut studio? Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
All right. Aylers, do what you do best.
So that was our show this week. A lot of random information, but we covered some news. That's right. Don't forget about buying a Forest lamp from Forest Lamp. But you saw the video earlier. Like, subscribe. It's 2 clicks. Leave us a comment. Leave us some comments. If you think the show could be better, tell us how it can be better. Leave us some comments. I will read them. I will respond to them. I work a night shift job at a gym working behind the desk. I ain't got nothing better to do, literally. But if for whatever reason you can't do any of that, that's fine. You do you. But if there's one thing you could do for us, pretty please, tell your moms about us.